Hello, and welcome to another episode of Let's Get You Painted. I am here tonight with Jason. And Jason, how are you doing tonight?
Man, I am on top of the world, I guess.
I'm glad to hear it.
How are
So,
you, Alec?
I am doing well, man. I'm excited to paint some more of Big Pig. I've been working on him for a couple episodes now. Um,
Nice.
I can't remember how these episodes are going to get released, so depending on how they are, he might be painted out of order. So sorry for you guys, depending on how it goes. But tonight we are going to be talking about the colors and how we do base coating. So it's going to be, what colors we put down to try to strengthen future colors. So, Jason, what is one of the colors that you put down when base coating that people wouldn't normally expect?
I came across a secret a couple years ago that you don't want to paint red directly on top of white. It doesn't work. It washes out, it looks pink. You have to do a bunch of coats. So, to get a good fire engine red, you want to do a yellow or an orange as a base coat.
Okay, that
And
is a good tip. Now, once you get up to a red, so you start with like an orange, and then do you go orange, yellow, red, and then like a dark red to a brighter red, and then your
Oh, well, let me
highlights?
back up. It's a
Go ahead.
lot easier than that actually. So normally, since I like to slap chop a lot of models, not every model. So like these models were base coated in white, obviously. But normally I base coat in black. And for slap chop, not a lot of colors go well onto black without being made super dingy, if you will. So that's why you do a light to medium gray, because that's a neutral color that supports all other colors without really affecting it. And then you dry brush a white onto the highlights. And then a lot of people will do a zenithal across on top of that to show where the sun's coming from, right? Because if you
Mm-hmm.
just slap chop the entire model, it kind of looks like it's got perfect sunlight from 360 degrees, right?
Okay.
Because it's just crevices, flat layers, and highlights on the whole model, and there's no real way to tell where the light's coming from. And so after you slap chop a model to get where you can see all the crevices and the highlights, you want to go back and hit whatever facing you want with a white dry brush over the whole area, because that way it'll make that side or facing of the model lighter, right? So after you prepped your model, or you're going straight white primer, um, I would paint my yellow onto the white, onto the area, and the yellow's pretty transparent normally, and so that'll allow your layering for slap chop to show through, if that makes sense, right? You can still
Yep.
see darker areas, you can see the base yellow, and the highlighting tips are still going to be brighter yellow, right? So the yellow isn't going to obliterate all that effort and detail. And then when you put your red on top of the yellow, a lot of red's also pretty transparent, depending on your brand of paints. So it will also pretty much allow all that effort for shading and highlighting to show through. And um, it'll be closer to its true color straight out of the bottle when you put it on the model than as opposed as if you painted onto a white, a gray, or a black base coat.
All right. That's a really good suggestion. I think it's very, very good. Now, I can tell you when I go with yellows, one of my favorite things to do in the bottom is actually go with a pink.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that works. I picked that up, oh, I don't know, 10 years ago, and from my buddy Darren, who told me about it. And when he first told me, I was so skeptical. And
Yeah.
he's like, no, no. He's like, trust me. And I was like, you say bright, like, he's like, bright neon pink. And I was like,
Yep.
I was like, I don't think so. And he's like, trust me, because I was trying to do Imperial Fist for somebody, for a friend.
Right.
And I was like, I really don't want to have to strip this and start again. And he's like, please trust me. And I did it. I painted him pink. And then I came in and I did a yellow on top. And it came out beautifully. Like super
Right.
bright yellow. And I was like, holy cow, this worked. And I was so happy. And I've used that since multiple times, and it's wild. Because normally, like, if I was going to do something like brown, I'll start with like a tan, and
Mm-hmm.
then I'll do brown on top. You know, I'll start with something lighter and go to a darker. But I never in my mind would have thought
Pink.
pink to yellow. But it's
Yeah.
something in how the pigments work,
Yeah, I
and
saw an advertisement on Facebook the other day with like you can buy this book and they're like stop making your colors muddy by just adding black or white to them to try to get other shades in the spectrum, right? Because a lot
hmm
of times black just makes that color muddy.
yeah,
Um, and it's talking about all these formulas like black is a great base coat for metallics. It'll make them, what's that word? Uh, luminescent.
lustreful
Yes.
or
Just more metallic, shiny like, right?
hmm
And because you painted with metallics and they're just really watery and the pigments in there aren't very thick, if you will.
hmm
And so with the black base coat, even if the um, kind of less dense pigment hits that area, it's still hard to tell because it's black and you don't have to do so much work to fill and cover the whole area. That's my second one. I snuck that in.
it's a good one. Trying to think about other ones I've done. Um, I've put yellow under green before to bring it out. Like if when I was used to paint dark angels, that would bring it out really well, like a bright yellow.
Yep. And I've heard pink and orange for flesh tones.
hmm
Um, but of course, that's going to um, shift it over a little bit to be more tanned um, if you do the orange. Um, but yeah, just a lot of people are finding just the straight up normal black and white base coats are having a really detrimental effect on their ability to make their colors look realistic without
hmm
lots of blending and layering and layering and layering. I watched a video of a guy paint an orc the other day and he started off with like a magenta color. I'm like, why? But the skin tone came out looking pretty realistic.
Man, my orcs, I used to do. I had so many different fun colors for orcs. I would do green and sometimes blue. I had purple orcs.
Yep.
I used to have fun with my orcs.
People love orcs.
I mean, yeah, they
They're
can be a
just
lot of fun.
raw carnage. And they're supposed to come from plants, right? And
Yep.
like almost every
No, they're
iteration,
fungi. They're fungi, I think.
which is
Oh, I guess that is plants.
mold, mushrooms, plant, whatever. But they're pretty tough fungi.
Well, that's the thing is like once orcs have landed on your planet, you're gonna have problems.
Yeah. Same thing with Tyranids, right?
Yeah, like once those spores have landed, you might as well just exterminatus the planet because you are never truly gonna get that planet back. So what I'm doing
Yeah.
here is I'm slowly just kind of I've been going and painting different things on here, and now I'm going through and painting bolts. So it's not really like this isn't ever really probably going to see the table. It's more of a test piece because I have a piece that I cut up over here that is actually going to be well, I don't know if I'm ever actually going to play him in actual War Machine. He'll probably even the actual test one or the actual like full one will be more used for like Iron Kingdoms. Um,
Your role playing version.
yeah, my role playing version one. But this one is the test for that because when I paint a piece, I will when I like paint it, I always make mistakes on the first run, and I find when I do it the second time, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot when I made this mistake. I forgot to paint here, and I always remember where I made the mistake the first time. So I always try to fix it. And with doing you know uh, real FX type things like spinning barrels or things like that, I always want to make sure that that's not the first time I've painted the model, which is why I'm doing this one kind of as like a dry run. And
Okay.
I'm just kind of having fun with it. So I'm not really taking a huge amount of work making sure. I'm just kind of going through and kind of having fun with it.
Nice.
And actually, this is um, also the carver that got broken by the movers. So I don't actually even have this carver still to go with this big pig. So he is because the movers, the moving company, to part of the claim, they requested the uh, they didn't request the big pig, just the carver himself, which is funny. I was like, okay, fine, you can have him. So they claimed him because he was broken, and um,
But to do that, they need to replace him, right?
they did.
You're
They
just
replaced
giving him up.
they replaced it. They actually replaced the whole model, which is funny
But
because
it
Big Pig.
comes in a box set, right?
It is. Yes, there's an irony there. They I'm I'm not going to argue. They wanted
Yep.
the yeah, I didn't argue.
Right.
And this way I get to paint it and have fun with it. And I might give it away later on the channel or something. Um, but it's right now it's just getting something I get to enjoy painting. But I also get to look at all the little different details and enjoy painting it and stuff like that. But also, like I said, it's gonna be one of those things that I get to see. I'm like, oh, when I'm painting it for real, I want to make sure I don't make all these mistakes because there's all these little rivets and different things that I know I would possibly miss, and I don't want to miss those things. Mm.
Well, if we're talking about base coats and or original base layers, I think we should strongly mention brush control. Because a lot of times some colors don't go over very well of other colors. So if you're
Hmm.
placing a color kind of carelessly and quickly, and then you get it where it doesn't belong, when you go back to try to paint the color that you want on that spot, you end up having to take time to go back and repaint it black or white to cover over the mess up, just so you can get a good layer of the desired color.
So
So,
when I paint, I try to make sure that the model itself is on the mat, and that I have one hand on a mat and then the other hand, and that the only thing off the ground, so if you look, I don't know if you can tell my hands, but that the only thing off the hand is actually just the fingers just moving back and forth, so that the I have as much on the actual mat itself, so I don't have as
control.
much movement. Yeah, I have as much control as possible. So it's not me holding up in the air and painting and possibly moving and shifting. But I also have I have nerve damage, and I've had to paint that way for years because of the damage in my neck, because I twitch and I shake. So
Yep.
I have to paint that way because otherwise I will make mistakes. Um,
You'll see
but
me
I
grabbing my other hand and bracing on my other hand constantly because my hands shake as well.
but I
So,
also
yeah,
paint
you just,
inward out. That's another thing. I paint deep out so that I try to make the least amount of mistakes. So when I say
okay.
that, if you look on the model, let's see if I can get it on camera. So it's gonna be hard to actually demonstrate this on camera because um, what I'd be doing is I'd be painting in here, but on camera I'm gonna just demonstrate if I'm not actually painting. So I'd be painting deep in here, so in here, and then coming out to the edges. But I do that by painting like this in and then coming out. So as I get further out, I'm less likely, if I were to paint outward in, I'd be likely to hit some of the something I've already painted.
Right.
So
So,
that's,
does it
oh, go ahead.
matter about colors? Because, like, sometimes I have to paint the darker colors and then the lighter colors. A lot of people paint lighter colors first because everything goes over the top of it. But then if you mess up and put dark where the lighter is, then you have to redo the whole light area.
Yes, but also with how I paint nowadays, especially with what I'm trying to encourage myself and other people painting now, I'm trying to get people to do 5 to 7 colors on painting, and I'm trying not to stress people out. It's like where I've been showing with painting, like with this guy, which people have seen lots of stuff on him. It's that, not like, don't stress out, just paint and have fun. And sorry, I sneeze. We're not. Um.
So you only use 7 colors on the entire model.
Yeah,
Nice.
I painted the entire. That was the wyvern. It was 7 colors on the entire model, and the entire thing was painted in 45 minutes. And um, it was it matched my son's other wyvern, which is down here, and it's because I'm trying to get his entire Chimera army painted in less than um, a total of 50 hours. His entire Chimera faction,
Ugh.
and yeah, it's not too bad. I still have to pick up his colossal and paint that, but there's always, as it with everything, it's always money. Money is always
Yeah.
is always the thing that holds us back. But so I have to get the colossal still for him, but I think I have almost everything else, and I think there may be like one or two other things, because some stuff got broken in the move that I have to replace. Um, but once I do, I'm gonna finish painting up his army, and we were playing some video or playing and doing some videos of playing over the winter, and I'm just trying to show that you can paint an entire army and it could be IG ready, which means 5 colors and based. Now, I mean, I don't want to say cheated, but the way I based it is I did, I designed and then 3D printed the bases, which they're illegal.
Yeah.
Like they're lipped, they are privateer or not privateer, SFG bases, and then all I did was design rocks and then put the rocks on. And what I actually have to do now in a bit, I need to show how I make my own terrain by taking other pieces and kit bashing. Like it's called like digital kit bashing. Kind of like how you have like physical kit bashing where you cut things up. So I do digital
Yep.
kit bashing where I cut pieces up and put them together and I make terrain or I make bases and things like that. I was going to do an episode like that yesterday, but then it's going to sound silly, guys. I sat too hard in my chair and my back acted up really bad and I couldn't record. So instead, Jason graciously recorded this episode with me today, and that episode will get recorded sometime later. Um,
Nice.
but eventually, I'm gonna get that episode recorded. But I'm trying to like to get back to the original thing. I'm trying to get to show people that you can get an entire army painted in 50 hours or less.
I have to tell you, um, not that I'm a great painter or anything, but I have never completely painted a model in 45 minutes in my life. So, um,
You
yeah,
can
maybe
though. Look,
my wife can do that, but like I can get two colors on a model in about 3 hours.
I think so. I think this. I'd have to look it up. Hold on. I can. Let me see over here. Pull it up real quick. Um, make sure it doesn't autoplay. Um, but this uh, Skilla, I painted. Let me see how long it took me. Because that was an episode straight on.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh no, I have no doubt that you can do that. I'm just saying I am not that talented. Like even now, I've painted black on this leather jacket, and as the paint's dried, as it's tried to interact with the prime, it's just not a full decent coat. So I'm gonna take 2 hours just doing this one color on this model.
so it looks like Skilla took me 45 minutes to get to this, where she has, I think, 9 or 10 colors on her. I had to look that up. Um, but yeah, the thing is it's just about efficiency. So I before I ever paint it, I think about what I want to do for colors, and then I just hit the colors I want. I mean, but some of them take like this guy is gonna take me a couple hours, Big Pig. But I'm also having fun with it, and I'm not stressing about it. But
Right.
also, like Jason, I paint to relax. I don't I have painted like stressed out, like when I'm trying to paint, because I need to be fully painted for an IG or something. But I I'm not doing that now. Like
Right.
because of the neck surgery, I'm not going to be playing in the IG at Nova. I mean, we're gonna see if I get any games in at Nova other than when I'm helping out. Like I'm gonna help out with the IKRPG. I'm gonna be running those. I'm gonna hopefully help out with streaming. I'm gonna help out with other stuff for the tried and true guys. I'm gonna help out with whatever else that Eric and Andy need. Like I'm there for them, you know. And but I don't foresee me getting a whole lot of other games in because I'm I'm undergoing the knife and they're removing C5 and C6 and
But
yeah.
all that helping you're doing, that's a busy schedule.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Like I am like I my wife was asking me, she's like, "So you're gonna drive like 7 hours and not get games in?" I was like, "I am there for the community." And she like laughed. And I was like, "I enjoy that. I enjoy that." And
Yep,
that's I don't know how to describe it other than that. Like to sit down and chat with people and help out, that will recharge my batteries.
100%.
Yeah, and like doing IKRPG and torturing those poor players, I can't wait. And you've been one of my players, so you know what I do.
I don't think that was torture at all. I think I was too busy focusing on maybe torturing another player or maybe something. I don't know.
I mean, you tortured several players. Poor Mark.
But
Oh, and Robbie and everybody else.
I was a
Oh.
gobo. I just acted like a gobo,
Oh, buddy. I
a
actually,
gobber.
funny enough, I have taken so it's all level 5 characters for that I have 6 pre-made characters for the IKRPG. And I'm also going to let people bring a level 5 character that they have that fits into the Iron Kingdoms. Um, but your character that you ran is one of the pre-mades.
Nice.
Yep. And so I have it like set, and when someone comes up and I'm like, here's, and it's gonna have like a little one paragraph blog on the front, and it's gonna be like, this is the character, do you want to play it? But then like they don't get to read unless they choose it, they don't get to read the full extent of the character.
All right.
But then if they come back for session 2, then they might be like, I want this guy again. So we'll see.
When we
uh
created that guy, he was amazing.
he
And
was
I
something.
had to try hard to live up to I am the son of
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. But no, so that character is one of the characters that's a pre-made, and then Mark's character from that session made it through.
nice.
Yep, those are two of the characters that did. And then one of the characters from the Germany campaign made it through. One of my buddies, Trevor's character, his character made it through. And then uh, one of our friends' characters that is going to play in July, actually later this month. Chloe's character is there, and then Kendra's characters is also one of the characters. So yeah, so it's these are all characters that have been in sessions that are just kind of getting just minor retooling a little bit, and I think people are going to enjoy it because it's not like just minor things. It's gonna be like, oh my goodness, they have full backstories and they're kind of fleshed out level fives. Because sometimes when you're handed a pre-made, you're like, oh, this has nothing to it. When you're like, oh my goodness, this sounds hilarious. So
Right?
I'm
Yes.
excited about it. Man, I wish you were coming to Nova. I think you'd have a ball.
I might.
I
It's
mean,
not
I
too
hope
late.
it's not. It's not. It's September 2nd through 6th, I think. So to anyone, there's still tickets available. They first session for IKRBG is sold out. Second session is still available. Um, there's still Steamroller is still available. IKRPG or IG is still available. Team Tournament, I believe, is still available. Like, uh, it's ran by Tried and True. They do a great job. Um, Andy and Erica, they are amazing, and the narrative is always great. Like, it's in DC. It's amazing. I can't say how awesome it is. Like I can't talk about it enough. I always have a ball. I've been to it 3 4 times now. I enjoy it so much. I mean I
I can
really do.
tell. I'm kind of on the fence on how you feel about it.
I know. I know the shock that I'm gonna be there just a few weeks after neck surgery. uh oh dude,
I might
when I
have to
had
go
to
to where you are and drive you.
I mean, hey, you want you fly up here and we carpool down, buddy. Because I have to carpool because I'm taking the computer, the streaming gear, and then all the terrain I need for IKRPG, along with the smoke machine and the gaming table, the what's it called, the tabletop insert piece. Remember the big wooden
Oh yeah.
insert? Yep.
Okay.
And all my books
That's
too.
pretty big. Eh.
Yeah, so we're taking the minivan.
Hmm.
Yep. I'm leaving Sheila with the Jeep when I go.
I mean, that should be good enough.
Oh yeah, she can take all the kids and it'll be exciting.
Yeah.
I'm excited, man. Yeah, you fly up, it'll be awesome. We'll drive down 7 hours. It's gonna be epic. She already got her leave got approved. It's all set.
Nice.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I just
Yep.
drove like 12 to 15 hours to upper Louisiana, up by
Ooh,
Natchitoches.
if you
That was a
drove, then I could just pop a pain pill and just be passenger princess.
right. Long as you hand me drinks when I need it.
That absolutely. Here's your beer. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
No,
I'm
not
kidding.
those.
That would be great. You hear the you're like, what's that? It's a monster. This tastes like Coors Light.
Hmm.
Whoops, wrong cooler. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, everyone. I'm kidding. It would, of course, be a monster. Ah, everyone, be safe. Don't drink and drive.
Ever. Yeah.
Ah, yeah, that's gonna be 3.5 weeks after surgery is when I'm driving down. No, it was funny when I told the doctor. I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go to the Nova Open," and he's like, "You can't go play golf." And I was like, "Oh, it's not golf, it's tabletop gaming." And he looked at me like, "What?" And I was like D&D, Stranger Things. And he's like, "Yeah, you can go do that." I'm like, "Cool, thank you."
Thanks. Appreciate having your permission. I
Oh
only thought
man,
I was an adult for a minute there.
it was priceless though. You can't go play golf.
I
Uh,
mean, Nova Open does sound like a golf tournament.
oh, it absolutely does. It does, man. It's yeah, man. Uh, it's priceless. All right, man. So we're at about 35 minutes. I think we probably should cut it a little bit short tonight. And thank you, everyone, for coming on out to another episode of Let's Get You Painted. As always, I am Alec, and this is Jason.
Toodles.
Bye.